Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 3 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 3 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter equations and variables. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 3 math. The chapter we're on right now is equations and variables. Let's just start with the lesson that is identify equations. Okay, way to. No, that is not an equation. Equation word you can relate with an equal sign, right? So if you have a mathematical expression given like this, 4 take away 2 equals to, you have an equality sign, right? Then that would be an equation. But if that is written without any equality sign like this, 4 take away 2, then that is not an equation. That is only an amount, right? It does not say 4 take away 2 equal to what. So that is not an equation. The correct option is no. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Is this an equation 15 equals 5 times 3? Yes, it is an equation, right? Because it has an equality sign and an operator on the other side. So yes, that is an equation. Is this an equation 1 times 4? Which is the correct option? 1 times 4 is not an equation. The correct option is no. Is this an equation 9 times 6 equals 6 times 9? Yes, that is an equation. Option number 1 is the correct option. Is this an equation 4 plus 4? No, that is not an equation, right? Option number two is the correct option. Very good. Is this an equation? 10 equals 3 plus 7. No, that is not an equation. Option number, yes, that is an equation. Sorry. Option number one is the correct option. Yes, that is an equation. Is this an equation? 3 take away 2 equal 1. Yes, that is an equation. Option number one is the correct option. Is this an equation? 3 times 3. No, that is not an equation. Option number two is the correct option. Is this an equation? 2 plus 2? No, that is not an equation. Option number two is the correct option. Is this an equation? 2 plus 5? No, that isn't an equation. Option number two is the correct option. Is this an equation? 6 times 5 equal 30? Yes, that is an equation. Is this an equation? 9 equals 7 plus 2? Yes, it is an equation. Got it. Is this an equation? No, that isn't. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move into next lesson. The next lesson is solve for the variable addition and subtraction. Let's just start with the lesson. Solve for v. V equals 8 take away 5. So you have the variable b is already isolated. That is isolated mean that is already on one side. You simply have to do 8 minus 5. So 8 minus 5 equals 3. So v equals 3. Let's just start with the test questions. G equals 3 take away 2. G is already isolated, right? You just have to do 3 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 equals 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. R equals 4 plus 2, which is the correct option. That is 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. R equals 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. So for T, T plus 4 equals 9. You have to solve for T. So here you have to isolate the variable T. You have to do the inverse operations. 4 is adding to T. So opposite to addition is subtraction. So you have to subtract 4 both sides. So 4 minus 4 is 0. You are left with 9 minus 4. 9 minus 4 equals 5. Very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is T equals 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Start for M. M equals 3 minus 2. That is 3 minus 2 is one option. Number 2 is the correct option. M equals 3 minus 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Equals 2 plus 4. Very good. That is M equals 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. m plus 4 equals 9. So which is the correct option? That is m equals 5. Option number 3 is the correct option. So much for u equals 7 plus 1. So which is the correct option? That is u equals 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. b minus 3 equals 4. We need to add 3 both sides because opposite to subtraction is addition. Please do not guess the answers. 3 minus 3 is 0. 4 plus 3 is 7. Or you have already finished this lesson. Still, you're writing the wrong answers, right? That is v equals 7. Option number 3 is the correct option. Solve for r. R plus 3 equals 8. That is 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is k equals 10. Option number 3 is the correct option. That is k equals 10. Solve for y equals 9 plus 1. That is y equals 10. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. Later today, let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is solve for variable multiplication and division. Solve for z. That is 2z equals to 2z equals 6. Divide by 2. So z equals 2 times 3. So that is z equals 3. You just have to do the inverse operation, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Solve for w. W equals 2 times 4. So which is the correct option? 2 times 4 is 8. Option number 3 is the correct option. R equals 3 times 3, which is the correct option. Three times 3 is 9. Option number 3 is the correct option. T equals 3D, which is the correct option. D equals that is D equals 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. C equals 6 divided by 3. So which is the correct option? That is 6 divided by 3 is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. So that is C equals to. Option number 1 is the correct option. G equals 2 times 3, which is the correct option. That is 2 times 3 equals 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Two G equals 8. So G equals that is G equals 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. U equals 3 times 2. So which is the correct option? That is 3 times 2 equals 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. Solve for H. H equals 3 times 3. So which is the correct option? Three times 3 is 9. Option number 3 is the correct option. Three C equals 9. So which is the correct option? That is C equals 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. So for the variable addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, you have to do on your own. That's exactly the same like about the two lessons we just finished, right? The next one is write variable equations to represent word problems. Let's just start with the test questions. Yoshi and Leslie collected seashells on the beach. Yoshi found 43 seashells. When Yoshi and Leslie put all their seashells together, they had 61 shells. Which equation, when solved, will show how many seashells Leslie found? So Yoshi has 43, right? And when they collected together, they have 61. So that means 43 seashells Yoshi has and S seashells Leslie has. And when they add it together, they have 61. So option number 1 is the correct option. That is 43 plus S equals 61. Option number 1 is the correct option. For recycling project, 18 students each collected the same number of plastic bottles. They collected 90 bottles in all. Which equation, when solved, will tell how many bottles each student collected? So, which is the correct option? 18 students each collected the same number of bottles. They collected 90 bottles. So 8 times B, because you don't know how many students. So 18 times B equals 90. Option number 2 is the correct option. 18 times B equals 90. Monday bought some, Mandy bought some buttons at a craft store. She used 40 of them for an art project and 32 left. Which equation, when solved, will tell how many buttons Mandy bought? So, which is the correct option? He used 40. You don't know how many buttons he had, right? So he used 40 and still he left with 32. That is B minus 40 equals 32. Very good. Option number one is the correct option. Option number one is the correct option. That is B minus 40 equals 32. There are 14 boys in the school choir. The choir has 46 members in all. Which equation, when solved, will show how many girls are in school choir? So, which is the correct option? That is 14 plus G equals 46. Option number two is the correct option. For the Can Food Drive, 16 students each collected the same amount of food. They collected 48 cans in all. Which equation, when solved, will tell how many cans of food each student collected? 16 times C equals 48. Option number one is the correct option. Spencer bought a bag of raisins. He ate 32 of them and had 61 left. Which equation when solved will tell how many raisins were in the bag? Option number one is the correct option. That is R minus 32 equals 61. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 3 math. Chapter we're working on is equations and variables. The lessons we have covered today are identify equations, solve the variable addition and subtraction, solve the variable multiplication and division, then solve the variable addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You have to do on your own. Write variable equations to represent word problems. That's the one we just finished. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask questions if you have any. Any questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.